just before we move on to our player of the season, what about an overachieving side this season, Ali?
I'm going to go for, again, it will depend between now and the end of August, but I'm really looking forward again to see Crystal Palace. Whether they keep Gay and Anderson and boys like that, I'm not so sure. I just think he came in Glasner and they were fabulous. I mean, they really were. A fantastic end to the season. And as I say, I'm really looking forward to seeing them next season. And I think if they can, I genuinely think if they can keep the core, I know they've lost Alicia, but if they can keep the core and their strength, I mean, some of the signings they made were fabulous. I think they'll have a great season. And by that I mean hovering about 7th and 8th, which I think would be fabulous.
My overachiever, I think we'll finish 4th bottom. That's Southampton. You know, we know which way they're going to play. I think they've done well. They've got Flynn Downs back at the club. They've brought in Adam Lallana for experience. I like Ben Brereton Diaz.
I just worry about goals, well. Jeff.
I think Brereton Diaz will get you goals.
Do you?
Yeah, you know. And they've got a bit of experience. Charlie Taylor, who knows what it's like to be in a dogfight down at the bottom of the Premier League. They brought him in as well. I just think they might have enough about them.
Well, as I said to you, and we spoke about it, I saw him 2 or 3. Didn't see him a lot last year. I saw him 2 or 3 times. But boy, did they impress me at Anfield. I think they obviously ended up losing the game second half, couple of goals I think it was. But they knocked the ball about against Liverpool as well as I saw anybody, and I mean anybody, do last year. And you're right, they won't change it. That's the way Russell will have his team playing, and fair play to him for doing that. But I'm not so sure, mate. I just think the step up consistently is going to be tough.
James from Ipswich says, Ali and Jeff showing they know nothing about how strong Ipswich are. Top 10 easy.
Wow.
Mark this message for the end of season. James, look, mate, I hope you're right. I know you're a proper fan. You're backing your side.
Yep.
You start the season with optimism. That is just how it should be.
Yep.
I mean, these are just opinions. We know absolutely nothing. Let's be brutally honest about it. Have you got an underachiever this season?
Well, I thought they underachieved last season, and I'm going to go for Chelsea again, just because of the uncertainty. Clearly I hope I'm wrong, but a Chelsea man, I hope I'm completely wrong, but I just don't know. I genuinely don't know what they're going to give us. We spoke about it before. We've got a rough idea what Villa, Newcastle, Spurs, but Chelsea, I've got no idea.
No idea. What about player of the season?
I thought he had a brilliant year last year, and because I've picked Arsenal to win the league, Jeff, they'll need big seasons. 2 centre backs, fabulous. Obviously St Calafiore as well. He'll be a great addition to it. Ben White, solid. Middle of the park, Declan Rice will need to have another terrific season. Saka, obviously, but I'm going to go for Odegaard, who I think's a wonderful, wonderful football player. I think he's really easy to watch, brilliant, drifts, makes himself space, intelligent use of the ball, great vision, and I'm going to go for him as my player of the year.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a couple of absolutely wonderful seasons. He's one of those players that, you know, you would pay, I know most people do, but we would pay to go and see, you know, one of the first for me since Eden Hazard down at Chelsea, I absolutely loved watching. Having gone for Liverpool for the title, you know, I should pick a Liverpool player, really, and I think, you know, they've got some fantastic, I think the key player is Alexis McAllister. I like him playing further forward. I think he's got a massive contribution to make, and Cody Gakpo, I want to see if he can bring his form from the Euros into the Premier League, and if he does, that would help Liverpool just enormously, because I thought he was a bit of a fringe player last season. But I'm not going for either of them as my player of the season. I mentioned this guy earlier on. We were talking about Chelsea when we were talking to Mario Melchot, and said what a burden of expectation on this young man's shoulders, but it never seems to weigh him down. Cole Palmer,
magic
at Chelsea,
magic.
I mean, he exploded onto the scene last season. He
could not have wished.
He seems to be nerveless, doesn't he? You know, brilliant for England.
you know, without doubt, in my opinion, he should have played more. We should have saw more of him in the Euros as well, because he was terrific in the Euros. But what a season, and a season probably more doom and gloom than anything else for Chelsea. What a shining light he was. What a bright star, and just come in, took responsibility, was taking really important penalties, made his mark, became effectively the main man in that team. You could argue he might have been the player. I bet he was a lot of people's player of the season last year, and it's another big season for him. And I don't disagree. I think he'll have a terrific season. I mean, he had a great Euros as well. And England, I think, supporters should have seen more of him.
Tomorrow morning, myself and Andy Townsend at Aston Villa's training ground. And Villa, I know they've got Champions League. I tell you what, I think they've signed pretty well. You know, Maatsen. Anana's come in as well. Ross Barkley. I think
Ross Barkley's somebody I'm looking forward to seeing again. A great season last year, obviously at Luton. Delighted for him to see that he stayed, and it's a great move for him. Obviously, Champions League football. He'll be one. They've lost what Douglas Luiz to Juventus, but no, I think they've made some good signings.
Yeah, and I think they have a manager who is a master at juggling European competitions and domestic competition as well. So we'll see if he can do it. We've seen in the past, you know, I looked at Newcastle last season, and there's no doubt at the end of the day that Champions League campaign took its toll in terms of workload and injuries. And I just hope the same thing doesn't happen to Villa.
Yeah, and I keep harping on about it, and I'll never let it go. That ridiculous penalty decision in Paris that cost Newcastle. I mean, I don't want to finish in a downer, but that still angers me.
Yeah.
It was madness.
It angers you. What do you think the Toon Army think about it?
I know.
You know, it'll live long in their memories.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.